Hello, today we're on Optimize Profitability Podcast. We're with Matthew Zamutt. He actually hosted for us last week when we did our top 10, well, it wouldn't be our top 10, it'd be our first 10 episodes. So I asked Matthew to come in and share his story and everything. So Matthew, as known as the aspiringpreneur, and he's got his own business. He does real estate investing. He does marketing. He does all kinds of things. And so he's going to talk about what it took him to go from a different kind of mindset to go into being an entrepreneur. So Matthew, take it away, buddy.
First of all, thank you so much for having me on this podcast. I've really enjoyed working on each episode. So as far as my story goes, I would say it started like right after I got out of high school. I was kind of stuck in a situation where I couldn't afford college, but I knew I wanted to like do something in the medical field because that's what my family did. That's all I really knew. And so one of my friends just reached out to me and said, hey, there's a business opportunity. Go check it out. It may be something that's different from college you might like. So I jumped in, went to a meeting, kind of saw what entrepreneurship is. It happened to be life insurance. I dove right out of that because that wasn't just like, I couldn't sell a life insurance at 18 years old. But when I met you, you were doing marketing and I really liked fixing things. That was just something I really enjoyed. I liked building computers. My computer's been here since 2012. It's crazy. I just love fixing things and making them last a long time. And so when we discovered real estate together and marketing and how they work together, I really enjoyed entrepreneurship. And in that aspect of I could fix these houses and fix these neighborhoods and fix these individuals' businesses so they can get more clients. So I really like that aspect of entrepreneurship. And that's ultimately why I've dived in. So.
Okay, so tell us about the emotional journey that you went through all that, because you didn't just pick up and go from life insurance to being a successful person. There's a whole process that you went through. That's that entrepreneur journey. So people that are listening want to know, what's that process you went through?
Okay, yeah. So I made it really simple. But ultimately I went through a lot of depression growing up. My dad passed away at a young age and I was left to my single mom, but she really didn't know how to help me. I was her only son. She's never had a son before. She didn't know how to experience that. So it's kind of like up to me to figure out how to get over my depression. And so when I got into life insurance, I was really nervous. I was like, man, if I tell somebody about insurance, I'm going to be instantly rejected. I don't know what to do. And I would always, every time I was trying to like cold call a friend or cold call somebody, I'd get really scared and I would just never end up calling them. And so I had to get over this fixed mindset of being fearful to have an idea of confidence, because ultimately you have, somebody told me this in a song or whatever, there's two things you can focus on: fear and love. And so like in this context, to be confidence. And so you can either choose to be fearful and never know what's going to happen on the other end, or just jump right into it. And so I had to develop that mindset over time, especially working with you. You've helped instill that confidence in me, and I really appreciate it. But definitely had to go from that fixed mindset to that growth mindset.
So explain what that means, because somebody listening and they keep hearing you say stuff like fixed mindset. What does that mean? Fixed mindset versus growth mindset. Let's define that.
A fixed mindset is somebody who just stays where they are. It's like an employee. So they have a certain amount of tasks they got to get done each day. They work a normal 9 to 5. And so they have a certain task they got to get done. They got a mindset of like, I just need to make money and that's it. And so they only focus on money and time. And there's 4 different types of, I don't know what they call it, but it's, there's knowledge, relationships, time, and money. And so those are your 4 currencies of life. And so in a growth mindset, you realize you can leverage your time for more money. You can leverage your knowledge for, you can leverage your relationships for more knowledge and vice versa. And so I had to develop all of those because growing up, I thought, I would work them out this set of time and make this set of money, go home, play video games, whatever I was doing. And so now with the growth mindset, I'm always growing. I'm always looking to increase my currencies in all 4 levels. And that's what a growth mindset really is somebody who's always constantly looking to improve themselves and move forward. Cool. So that is the fixed and growth mindset.
Cool. And what are you doing right now that's helping you succeed in business?
Well, right now, a lot of when I got started around this marketing agency a couple years back, I didn't realize that coaching was really important. I thought, oh, I could just do this myself, you know, and with all the knowledge that I've had in schooling with Microsoft, I thought maybe I just, you know, use my social media skills and that's it, just reach out to people. But I slowly realized I needed somebody to ask for help when I need something, because I thought I was a know-it-all. You know, I'm a millennial, so it's common within us to be a know-it-all. And so what's definitely helping me is being held accountable by these coaches that are helping me grow my marketing agency, and just asking questions and reaching out to them when I have a problem. Because if I try and fix it myself, it never gets done. And what my brain does is, if I have a problem, it shuts down, and I'm trying to learn not to do that. And if I have a problem, instantly ask somebody about it that can give you an answer. And so I've been talking with coaches every single day, Monday through Friday, and that's definitely helped me. Another thing that's also helped me is also just writing down like how much I make every week. I know you've helped me with that, but seeing how much you make and what you're doing every day can help you also improve your business and how much money you make, regardless, you know, whatever you're doing, a job, being self-employed, or being a business owner or investor. And it's really opened my eyes to my own self, so I can better and improve what I'm doing. And so there's a lot of things I'm doing, but coaching ultimately has been a big help for me in the last couple of weeks. So it's definitely what I've been doing. So
Yeah, so the key is tracking it, right? If you don't track it, you don't know if you're growing or not.
No. You definitely gotta track what you're doing, because if you stay where you are, you're always gonna, if you don't change what you're doing currently, then you're always gonna stay where you are. And I realized that for a couple of years, you know, my business was up like a roller coaster. You know, I'd make money in real estate, and then I wouldn't make money in real estate. I would make money in marketing, and I have really high months, and it would go down. And so ultimately, I just wanted to stop that roller coaster and make it as smooth as possible. So it was a very, very small roller coaster of up and down months. And so I'm realizing tracking things, your KPIs, your key performance indicators, are really, really, really key to your business.
Cool. Let's unpack it a little bit. You said that sometimes when you get problems happen, you just kind of freeze. What does that mean? What do you do to go over that? So maybe somebody else is dealing with depression, or they're dealing with anxiety, and something comes up in their lives, and they just freeze and stop. They're not sure what to do with it. What do you do in the situations, and what are some tips you can give someone that may feel overwhelmed?
Okay, so there's two things with that. So when you're just anxious, so there's no depression involved, you know, you start just, everything's just thrown out the window. Everything's going crazy, you know, wherever you are, everything's just insane. You know, you could be sitting right here, silent, and in your mind is just like having a warfare inside your head. And so what I do is, if I'm getting really anxious and really pent up, I stop what I'm doing. I sometimes if I'm out on this balcony, I'll just listen to some music. My music's metal, so I go really hard. Like I've got to listen to something really heavy for a good 5 minutes just to clear my brain. And then my next thing I do is I write down everything that's in my head. I write it down on a notepad, or I type it on my phone, whatever I've got ready. Most of the time I don't have a notepad laying out here. It's probably a good idea. And so I just pull out my phone, start writing notes, and I get everything out of my head. And then once I've assessed what I've gotten out of my head, then I go ahead and find the solution to each problem that I'm having. Because ultimately, if you keep it in your head, you know, anxiety has a tendency to make you just freak out and cause absolute chaos and destruction around you, and nothing ever gets accomplished, and you just worsen your day. And ultimately, the anxiety just continues and continues and continues. And that's why my brain, you know, when I freak out over the simplest things, you know, all I need to do is write it down and get it out of my head, listen to some music, chill myself out, and then jump into the tasks that I need to get done first, and then find solutions to the rest of them. Now, as far as depression, that can be a little harder because mine is definitely not mine's not like a clinical depression. So you might have medicine for that. But for my situation, mine's just very psychological. I could figure out my depression, figure out what the sadness is coming from, and then, you know, cut that off and then continue my life with happiness. But what I do with depression is almost the same, but I listen to a little bit more peaceful music because a tendency for people that love music and that's like their outlet, they usually listen to really sad and depressing music. And that just continues that path of, being sad, not getting anything done. You turn on Netflix, all right, screw it, I'm going to do work tomorrow. Nothing ever gets accomplished. But you gotta shut everything off. You got to shut your devices off. Sometimes I pray. I don't know your belief system. I know you, Lyle, but the individuals listening may not have the same belief. And so, I just kind of, silence myself. I either talk to God or I talk to myself. And then I listen to really peaceful music. Sometimes I turn on video game music because it's always peaceful. It's really weird. And then I just sit there for 10 minutes, write out my stuff. Sometimes it takes 30 minutes, and then figure out what I need to do. And ultimately, the more effort I put into my business, it actually fixes my depression. I become happy again. And so that's how I fix depression. So that's you got to think of it this way. Anxiety is a quick fix. Depression is a long-term fix. So that's what I do to fix all those issues.
Okay. And you're noted as the aspiringpreneur. What does that mean? And how could somebody join you in understanding more about that?
So aspiringpreneur to me is somebody that always, so like the 3 words I used to use when I started the name was aspire, inspire, perspire, and that was just ultimately like, encouraging other entrepreneurs to help other people. Because a lot of entrepreneurs I see, just in general, either they are so offish they don't even talk to you, or they need help. And so I want to be the guy that's there as a helping hand, as an entrepreneur, and help guide them. A lot of people come to me and they're like, I've never done real estate before. Well, I can give them that path by being aspiring to them, by showing them. And so I created Aspiringpreneur as a community to help entrepreneurs that are struggling right now, maybe just because it's 2020 and things are crazy right now. Maybe election is freaking them out. All the politics on Facebook can be really overwhelming. Some people are just shutting down their Facebook and they're giving up on social media forever. But a lot of people rely on social media for their business. And so I created a Facebook community group on Facebook. And so I'm posting things on a regular basis. I haven't in a while, but I need to jump right back into it. But the whole point is to build a community with other entrepreneurs locally here in Dallas that are millennials, and help encourage each other and really grow each other and be the person that they can come to. If they need help with real estate, they can come to me. If they need help with marketing, they can come to me. If I need help with insurance, come to them. Whatever it is, it's a constantly growing community. You can go to aspiringpreneurs.com, or you can go to facebook.com/aspiringpreneurs. We'll drop the link in the video below or in the transcription later for you guys to see in our blog post. But we also have an Instagram, aspiringpreneurs. Just type it up. It's right there. And so that's how you can reach out to us, and you can message me personally or Lyle personally. But overall, it's also, you're not alone, because entrepreneurship can be lonely. When I got started in entrepreneurship, I was working a job, and it got quite lonely driving around working and never being able to have somebody like right next to you talking to you. And so I started listening to podcasts. And so this is a great podcast to listen to for that, because we're all entrepreneurs. We're all here to help you, and you're definitely not alone. And so that's why, another reason why we created this podcast. So.
And what's one tip you give somebody that would help them to win right now?
There's a lot of those. There's a lot of tips. But the best tip that I could give to you is with marketing. Because marketing is really key in every business. With my real estate business, with my marketing agency business, obviously, in any business. I see a lot of people, they stay to the words of mouth and they don't really put their name out there. But sometimes it's just as easy as creating a page and just putting your face on there and just start making posts and commenting and reaching out to people on Facebook. Because if you aren't doing anything small on a daily basis, your business won't grow as fast as you want it to. It only grow as fast as you put in the effort. And so marketing is really simple. We can definitely help you, but marketing in general, just like reach out to your friends, reach out to people that you think might be helpful with your business. Like for me, I'm in real estate, so I reach out to agents, and I also reach out to wholesalers. Those individuals, they might have some good deals that are off MLS. And so it's the simplest thing I can do is just message them and say, hey, what deals do you have? I mean, Lyle and I, we went to Wichita Falls. He found an 8 package deal. just talking to people, and using his marketing skills. And so marketing is really simple, and that's definitely a really key tip. And also, just like a side note, also like we were just talking about earlier, is you're not alone. Please, if you're feeling sad and you're in business and you just feel like it's going nowhere, just reach out to us. It's a simple message on Facebook, text us, call us, whatever it is. We are there for you, and that's why we created OP Podcast. That's why I created Aspiringpreneurs. That's why I'm an entrepreneur, because we're all in this together. And so that's quite a few tips. That's 3 tips. So.
All right, Matthew, thanks for being on the Optimize Profitability Podcast. Y'all can find him at aspiringpreneur.com or Facebook or Instagram, aspiringpreneur. Thanks again, Matthew.
All right. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Bye.